All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Now Morning Show right here on TTT. Remember, we're also on Facebook streaming live at TTT Live Online and, of course, on Talk City 91.1 FM. Now, this morning, we're going to speak about what the Anglican Church is doing because the Anglican Diocese will be hosting the Provincial Synod during the week of May 24th to 31st. The 8 dioceses from the Caribbean will be attending. This meeting is held every 3 years, and at this meeting, a new Archbishop for the province of the West Indies would be elected. With me this morning is Very Reverend Dr. Shelley Antenia, the Dean of Holy Trinity Cathedral, and with me is also the Bishop, Reverend Claude Berkeley. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here, and to share what is happening at the Anglican Church. So, first off, what is the Synod? What is the Provincial Synod?
The Provincial Synod is a meeting of the delegates, clergy and laypersons and other resource persons and visitors from or companion mission agencies overseas that meets every 3 years. This time, it's our time, Trinidad and Tobago. The last time this meeting was held here would have been in 1995.
Wow, so
it moves around. Yes, it moves around the 8 dioceses. So the last one was in Barbados, and the one before that in Jamaica.
Right.
So we are here now, and it so happens that one of the items is the election of a new Archbishop for the West Indies. The last Archbishop having resigned come to the point of retirement.
Right.
In last year.
So what's the age of retirement for an Archbishop in the Anglican Church?
It depends on what is the age of retirement in the particular diocese.
Okay.
So if it is 70, then that's it. If it is 72, that's it. Because you're bishop and archbishop at the same time.
Okay, so all right. Yeah. So I guess it's a little bit different from the working world where the retirement age is 60, 65.
Yes, it's sort of a movable, it's a movable feast.
Right, right. All right, so tell me a little bit about the significance of a new archbishop being chosen, elected.
Well, the significance of that is that each bishop is led by a bishop, but the archbishop is the primate and so represents the province on the world stage. We are part of the Anglican Communion, and as part of the Anglican Communion, each province has a representative by their archbishop and or primate. Sometimes it's the same person, sometimes it's different people, but for us it's both primate and metropolitan, and so that person would represent the province of the West Indies at the Anglican Communion, at Lambeth, and at the various other world activities that may be going on as Anglicans. So it's a significant post, and it is also the person who is like chief shepherd, so bishop among equals, and so he or she, well, at this time he, will lead the other bishops and the other priests and clergy in the diocese and lay persons as we move forward in mission.
Oh, that sounds like, a big responsibility, being the chief shepherd.
It is.
So tell us a little bit about the election process and what are the requirements to be elected as the archbishop.
Well, let's say there are 8 diocesan bishops, and each diocesan bishop is eligible for the position. We have a good group of very educated and talented bishops at the moment, and the thing about it is that the bishops have been praying and deliberating, and at the meeting they will select 2 of their number, 2 of our number, so to speak, 2 of 8.
Right.
And that is having prayed and the Holy Spirit having come, and 2 are selected and put forward for the rest of the synod body to vote again after they have prayed and called on the Holy Spirit to guide their thoughts and minds. And the end result of that would be, by simple majority, the archbishop would be elected.
All right, that sounds like so the process is not just on this physical plane, but as you said,
there's
there's
serious spiritual matter,
and getting the guidance of God to this, because again, for such a role as Archbishop of the province, of course, it is one that is extremely important, not only on the physical plane, but of course as a spiritual plane as well. As you said, they will be the shepherd for the other bishops and the laymen in the province itself.
And carries the church's flag and the Caribbean flag flying wherever the Anglican Communion meets or wherever it is required.
Yes.
But it's also another important thing. The church in the province of the West Indies, which is what the Anglican Church is calling here, is about one of the oldest organizations for regional integration and West Indian unity. It was put together in 1883. Now, people often talk about West Indian cricket, about the University of the West Indies, and about a number of things.
Right.
That is not usually mentioned because I suppose it's just church and it's on their side. Even West Indian cricket, I think, began in about 1890s, and that is 1883. So it is a very old and enduring institution which has championed spiritual formation in the Caribbean lands, education, and indeed the whole question of community building in many, many different areas, not to mention the additional issues, for example, in disaster management, in HIV and AIDS when it burst on the scene, and a number of other areas. The church's life has been very integral to Caribbean life and living.
Right.
And it's just that sometimes we ourselves do not make enough noise about what we're doing. It's just a silent, quiet kind of operation.
Right.
But all of this comes together at a time like this when we're having the provincial meeting.
What would you say is the one most important thing about this ancient union of the Caribbean nations through the Anglican Church? What was the most important thing that you have done together in this union?
Well, the thing is, it gives us an opportunity to reflect collectively. And that is so very important. Sometimes we think only of ourselves. And, you know, in Caribbean lands, insularity is a challenge.
Right.
But to be able to sit together and reflect together about how matters affect us, so many matters affect us, that is important for how life will proceed. So that, I think, is the most important thing, coming together and thinking together and making some policies. Yeah.
Making policies that would benefit the entire region. I want to thank you very much, Very Reverend Dr. Shelley Antenia, the Dean of Holy Trinity Cathedral. I want to thank you as well, Bishop Reverend Claude Berkeley, for joining us this morning and sharing what is happening with the Anglican Church. And I wish you the best for that process in electing a new Archbishop. And I know, led by the Holy Spirit, of course, it will be the right choice.